Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome back to Wizards News, and today we're doing Community Day, and this is how Wizards unite. So yes, we are here at Sinisippi Park. It's a riverfront park with several good inns, and we have a fortress right here we're all sitting on, and there's an inn over there and another inn over there, and so we can reach about 3 inns from this spot and keep fairly well focused. So there are 7 of us who are currently playing, so that means that either 3 on and 4 on, or we'll have 5 on and then 2 hang out and refit things. And I'm also have to say sorry because my phone is very shaky because I forgot my camera at home. So yes, my audio is off, and yeah, you're gonna have to put up with this. Sorry about that.
No, that video footage was just too bad, and I really am sorry because I had this whole great video planned out, and I had my camera set up all ready to go, and completely forgot to take it with me. So yeah, not much of a videographer, am I? But even with all that, the second Community Day is done, and it was very good. It was much, much better than the first one. And I want to go through some of the pros and cons, what was good, what was bad, what can be changed in the future, and I'd like to get your feedback and see what you think about it as well. Now, number one, this Community Day was much, much better about getting the community together. Actually getting to meet other people because you had much more of a source for people to get around. And I would say 2 to 3 times the amount of people were commenting with, yes, I finally found a group that I can hang out with. Now, there were still a lot of people out there who couldn't find a group, but the game is growing and more people are finding other people to play with. And so the more this comes about, the more it's going to happen. And being able to consolidate and bring people to a central location, the better chance you're going to find someone, and the better chance Wizards are going to unite. That being said, it's still a little bit of a downer for the people who are playing in small town. They may not have the other people around to play with, and so just grinding a fortress isn't as much fun as it would have been trying to find rarer spawns like it was in the last one. So some people are saying there should be like a combination of the two. I'm thinking that what they should be is that rare spawns happen close to a fortress, or something of that nature might be interesting. But even with that, this is a much better Community Day. The response was far, far greater than it was for the previous one. A little bit about my particular Community Day. I tried to make it as much of a community event as possible. So we made one central location that was a good fortress, and the inns would be able to feed us. And kudos to the development team. All of the inns during that 3-hour time period were pumping out crazy amounts of energy. So we never ran out of energy sitting there. We were constantly able to keep going, and that really worked out well. I got there early and set up a couple bag chairs so that people would have a place to sit, because the last Community Day we tried to do a fortress and we were just standing around for a couple hours, and that's just not as much fun. So having a chance to sit, it made it more of a community, made it a chance to people to talk and share ideas. I also brought some water for everyone and a couple snacks and things like that. A few other people brought coolers with snacks and things that really made it a lot more of like a party. Just before it started, there were 7 other people who showed up, and that was actually really nice. The problem was we had 7 people playing, so you had a 5-man fortress and a 2-man fortress, or we could go back and forth. What we ended up doing is having a couple people who were lower levels, and so someone else could be with them and help bring them up to a higher level, so that we were all playing most of the time right around tower level 2. It was a great way to get everyone together and to help out the people who were lower level, because then they can play on a much higher level, because the higher level players are able to take out these bigger things and still give them the XP benefits of the higher level fortresses, but being able to do them at their own pace. A little while later into the game, then we had some more people show up, and we had enough for 2 regular fortresses going all the time, and then 1 or 2 other people who could be doing something else. And so sometimes I'd back out and take some shots, and sometimes other people would need to back out and work on their potions or other things like that. So it ended up working really well, as we had 2 groups going constantly in this fortress, just grinding out these books, and it was a lot of fun. I know from the pictures a lot of people are saying, wow, everyone's just sitting around in a circle staring at their phones. That doesn't look like much fun. But we were having an absolute blast. There was a huge amount of conversation going on, talking about the game and who does what and what we like, what we don't like, and how this can work and how we can work together, and better ideas for the future of where we could meet next time and what things we could do to make this more fun. Making this a party atmosphere was a fantastic success, and I am in love with this. I'm looking forward to doing something like this in the future. On top of that, I don't know if they bumped up the spawns in the area, but we were able to find several rare spawns. spawn. So every time we'd back out of a fortress, we'd be like, oh, hey, there's a Dumbledore. And so I was able to find my first ever Dumbledore, my first ever Sorting Hat, as well as a Time Turner and Rubius Hagrid. And so this was actually some of the best spawns I've had in a while were had around this fortress. I don't know if that was tied into it or we just got really lucky, but we had a great time also catching foundables in between fortress raids. I was also able to collect 20 more books. Now, I wasn't really serious on my grinding because I was trying to shoot some videos, which didn't work out. And I was having a good time with some new friends, sharing ideas and getting to know them and, well, uniting. I think they're getting much, much closer to what a Wizards Unite Community Day should be. It should be different from Pokemon's Community Day. It should have its own flair and its own feeling and a different way of doing things. And I really like that it draws people together and gives people a chance to get to know each other. That is a huge step up from Pokemon Go, because in Pokemon Go, yes, there's a lot of people out and mingling around, but there's no reason for anyone actually to get together and to talk and share the time. Whereas with this, everyone's kind of brought together and everyone is helping each other out. And that's one of the big things that I found in this, because it's a cooperative game and the Magizoologists are helping heal people and there are charms and hexes going back and forth, and so we're all actually helping each other out and building each other up in the team. And so it's not just I'm playing a game over here and I'm playing a game over here. We're actually working together in this, and that is a great way to build relationships, because we're trying to complete a task that we can't do on our own, but together we can. So I'm going to say this was a huge success. Are there more improvements to be made? Yes. Maybe they could have focused on a Stimulos rather than on healing potions, and there are some other things that can go back and forth, and there's always people who are going to nitpick one way or the other. I think this was a huge, huge step forward, and kudos on good work. There will be more things that will be done in the future. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a direction, not a location, so things will change. The game is growing, people are getting on board, and I'm really excited with where this is going. It is building fast, and I'm happy. So if you have your own thoughts or ideas, let me know those down below. How did you make this a successful event? What did you do to bring this into it? And maybe what can Niantic do in the future to improve this? What can we all do together to make this a better game? Again, I'm sorry for the footage. I really had some big plans for this video and it all kind of fell through. But oh well. Tomorrow's video is one I'm really looking forward to. We're going to look at my skill tree and then going on and pushing levels higher. So I want to do a few looks at that. What can you do to increase your skills and become a more proficient challenger? I hope you liked the video. If you did, please let me know down below. Let me know your comments and ideas and thoughts. If you did like it, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, become a patron on Patreon, or whatever you feel like doing. Thank you for that. That means a lot to me, and it really does help out the channel. Thank you. That's it for now, and until next time, have a magical day. Chocolate Frog, you know how this works. I open it up, I hold it up, and I go, ooh, look, it's another Hinges of Woodcraft.